An authentic assessment is a way to bring a real-world scenario into the classroom and to assess students' ability to problem solve and deal with information within that real-world scenario. At the school where I work, one of our English teachers does an authentic assessment every year in the form of a mock trial.
When a witness comes up and they sit in this chair, please remember that the chair is magic. It sucks knowledge out of your brain. We are going to have defense witnesses come up. The defense will question, the prosecution will question, and then at the end, both teams will give their closing statements.
In this example, the English students are putting a character from a piece of literature on trial, and they're using evidence from the literature that they've read to prove that the person is either guilty or not. Each person in the class has a role and has a job within that role. They're either prosecutors or defenders, or they're on the jury, or they're witnesses or expert witnesses.
We complete a trial over a book that we've read. You have to take sides on it, and you have to defend the side that you're standing for.
I had the job of a lawyer, and I was on the prosecution side. So basically we were debating whether a person in the play The Crucible had convicted and killed 19 innocent people, or whether he was in the right. And I argued that he was in the wrong.
In my English class, we did the play Antigone, and I was a defense lawyer defending that Antigone did the right thing by burying her brother, as opposed to the prosecution who said that she was a traitor to the king.
We read the book, and then we were assigned to either defend or prosecute, and we were on the prosecution team. So we had to spend a week or two planning questions for our witnesses.
Our strategies.
Yes.
Okay.
For the other team's witnesses, and then we had 2 days that we actually argued in a court case.
Authentic assessments require students to step out of their comfort zone. In order to do something like a mock trial, students have to argue, they have to stand up in front of their peers and to disagree with their peers. And sometimes students struggle to do that. So one of the important things is to help students feel comfortable and know that this is a good place for them to work on those skills. One way to get students to feel safe is to really do it right. If it seems like it's a joke, students will just laugh and they won't take it seriously. So in order to make sure that it's not a joke, Mr. Cook does a lot of things to keep it serious. He allows students to dress up for the occasion. He also sets the lawyers up front. He sets everyone in a specific seat so that it is set up like an actual trial.
What you are all going to do when the person is in the chair is what? Be respectful, which means being quiet and not laughing with them. If somebody gets flustered and they say the wrong words, what are we not going to do? Laugh. We're not going to laugh at them and make fun of them because they're already nervous. We don't have to help.
So basically I do this instead of a test because it fulfills basically every English standard. And so in time management and critical thinking and analysis and reading comprehension and understanding perspective and argumentation and rhetoric, and it's all these things where if I gave a test, they would answer comprehension questions, maybe questions about theme, but in this they get to act it out and really understand that the text is a document that they can use in more ways.
It's a lot more critical thinking.
Yeah.
You have to think about every situation possible, and you're like really looking through your quotes and analyzing what you're going to be saying.
Well, and quickly analyzing what someone just said. So when we're interviewing the witness and maybe they respond a way we didn't think about, to quickly come up with a response or a new question about that.
It was kind of like we kind of did it on our own with some help. Like we kind of had to find the questions ourselves, find the information, find the evidence, and we got to, it was kind of fun not doing like a stand-up presentation. You got to like pretend that you were like a lawyer, and that was fun.
It's a lot more interactive, so that, and you have to like really know the material in order to make good questions and win the case. So like it kind of forces you to know it on a deeper level and think about it. Like how can I use this quote to help my witness, and so you just like really learn the material on a deeper level.
But as a prosecutor, we went against the
stand for and used our witnesses against him. And the defense team tried to blame their witnesses, tried to blame all the blame on the witnesses, but we kept it on topic because he is the one we're convicting, not the witnesses. And so I did use their testimonies against them because it contradicted their opening statement, and I used it in my closing statement, and we won.
Well, it's authentic because they are understanding a skill, which is arguing without screaming, or it's being civil and understanding that a disagreement does not have to be emotional. It is like a clinical disagreement in the sense that one side has an understanding of the text, another side has another understanding of the text, and they're doing this in front of a jury that's made up of their peers. And so it makes it authentic because they have to be representative of an idea, not a
Through the use of an authentic assessment, this English class took literature that could very easily be boring or feel disengaged from the students, and they made it relevant and interesting. The students were engaged, they were excited, and they had a lot to say about this authentic assessment. Creating an authentic assessment is a lot more work than a traditional pencil and paper test, but the student buy-in, the engagement, the relevance, and the learning makes it worth the additional effort.